Alright, today we're doing a little work on the 1980 C3 Corvette. What I'm going to do is I've got some wiring here and wasp. I hate wasp, highly allergic. But what I'm going to do is run some wiring from the battery box here along the driver's side frame rail where the evap line that goes to, I guess, the canister, charcoal canister, back to the electric fuel pump I put in. It's right down in there, and then I can put the gas tank back in. Once I have that done, then I can get the exhaust back in and put the car on the ground. I am trying to sell it, so it just depends. But trying to get some of these things back together so at least whoever buys it, they'll at least be able to hear it run currently. I have videos of it running right before I drop the tank. So, but yeah, so we're gonna drill a little hole, fish some wire through, and hopefully get this end of the fuel pump wired up. The other end, I've ground the pump at the frame, but I'm also bringing a ground up to the battery for the pump as well, and then I will run the power line under the box and under the center console up to some switches that I have taken the cigarette lighter and ashtray out of the center console and put in a panel of switches with a push to start. So this car will have a key to turn things on, but the push to start will be how you actually start the car. I don't know, I just like push to start. So that will be that. So let's get to that, and let's see. Where we're going to drill at is probably right about here. That will give me enough room to run the other wire around and out. And just like that, we have a nice little hole drilled. Let's start fishing some wire. Alright, so I've run about 6 feet or so of the loom I put together last night. I still have the open spools here just fed halfway in. So next we're going to do is come down here and see how much we actually have, because we have to go from right here where we came through up on top of that rail, down and over to where those 2 wires are hanging basically. Alright, let's feed some wire. Alright, so what we did here is we've got our power line. That's our pump right there, that's the ends. We ran it along the main loom, and then, don't mind this middle bar, down the frame rail, and we're gonna tuck it up over there, and then we'll pull whatever is extra back in, and that will be out of the way. And then all we have to do is wire up our ends, put the fuel line, the new fuel line I have for it, on, and then put the tank back up. It's already starting to get hot. So let me get out from underneath this, get this finished up, and call it quits for a few hours, and then we'll get back on this. Okay, took a little finessing, but I got the wire loom, and you can see it right there. It's zip tied to the frame here, and it's zip tied to the frame there, and then it drops down and into the hole, so it's not pinching or anything, and I have plenty of loose wire to be able to pull it. Alright, time to get out of the heat for a minute. Alright, it's been a few hours. It has cooled down. As you can see, it's shaded here. It's only 97 degrees currently, so much cooler than it was earlier today. So all of the wire I have along the frame rails all been zip tied in place. Now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to run it, get this out of the way, I'm going to run it around here and then through here and into this hole that's over here in the carpet, and I'll feed it through the center console. Alright, so that's going to be my next thing. I am going to terminate the black wire here at the battery and go just carry the red wire to the front. Okay, so I've got the wire run and I'm zip tied in here, zip tied in there. I've kind of run it along the carpet here through most of the factory clips where I could. This one here I couldn't get it through. This is just too big. The other thing I need to still do, and I'm going to do it on a separate wire because I don't want to have too many wires in these looms, especially because I'm going to run a power line from the back up to the push to start relays and stuff, and I want a direct connection from the battery. But so basically what we've done is we've run our loom up here. This is the end of it. This is the end of the wire. This is all our factory center console stuff. So there's a plug here for the vent and blower stuff, which is one of these guys. I think this one goes to the light for the shifter. One of these, this is the one that goes on the bottom, and this is the one for the blower motor, and I think this was cigarette lighter, maybe, I'm not sure. And this cut mess I believe is the factory stereo, like this wire here. I believe this yellow wire was part of the factory yellow or factory stereo system, and they cut into it. So I'm not going to be rehooking that up. That's not going to be part of what I'm worried about, because I'm not using any of that anyway. This car, if I kept this car, it wouldn't be getting a stereo anyway. It's just too damn loud. So the next thing I really need to do is finish taking this dash apart so that I can get the box out of the inside, so I can put in the new heater core, and then I can button that all back up, and then I can put the dash back together. So as far as wiring the fuel pump, I'm done. I will have to do a couple of things up here once I get this, all the panel in and all the switches put back in. So I'll do that. But the next will be to figure out which one of these two metal lines I need. One of them will get connected back to the factory fuel line that runs down the rail on the passenger side, and then I can run the new fuel line to the tank, or to the pump, and then to the from the tank to the pump to this line, and then I can put all that gas tank and stuff back up in there. Well, thanks for watching, and more videos to come. I am trying to get this back on the ground so I can at least sell it. But the more I work on it, the less I want to sell it. Isn't that funny how that works?